As we stop here at a traffic signal, let's go back and look at some of the harassment perpetrated against me by the stalkers. You've already seen the occult practices at and around the funeral home that are evidence of just how long I and my family have been targeted. To understand and comprehend how 8 pillars of a funeral home can be a deliberate design to symbolically represent 8 individual members of a family requires an understanding of the spiritual powers these worldly powers such as the Roman Catholic Church, Freemasonry, and other secret societies possess, as well as their power to manipulate the lives of individuals, families, communities, and the world as a whole. The 8 columns of the funeral home being connected to the 8 members of my immediate family is supported by the 8 symbolic pyramids located adjacent to the funeral home, especially the pyramid or cone-shaped trees, which are obviously far from being natural. But let's go back to my arrival at the school and begin from there to look at the series of stalking methods being used. First, a classic stalking tactic by the police, who have many officers involved in organized stalking. A patrol car passes me just as I arrive at school. I probably ignored several other stalking tactics involving vehicles passing by as I was on foot photographing the front of the church. But here I am leaving the church and school and see 3 same-colored vehicles appear at the upcoming intersection, with each taking a different road upon exiting. You'll also see a perfect synchronization tactic as 2 vehicles pass in front of me with perfect timing where one car is obscured by the other. You may think that I am overreaching in my interpretation of these events or even delusional, but I assure you that most of these incidences I am giving analysis to are by no means coincidental and random. I may be in error on interpretation to a degree, or even misjudge something that is perfectly innocent as being stalking. But let's not dismiss the 90% that's correct for the 10% that I may be in error on. The important thing is to understand that organized stalking, though not obviously recognizable and noticeable to our casual observances, is very noticeable to the targets and victims of this psychological assault. It is responsible for the institutionalization, incarceration, and suicide of many individuals. The targeted individuals are in truth marked for elimination, and the method of extermination is a soft kill, slow kill, silent kill assassination, a death by 1,000 cuts. There is an extremely large amount of visual and situational occult and occult stalking activity going on here on Oakwood Avenue, so let's stop and expose these, hideous as they are. Remember in an earlier video where I asked you where the occult powers hide their messages, symbols, and occult activity? Didn't we determine that they hide them in plain sight? Did you know that tree trimmers are involved in creating subliminal images using the skyline as a backdrop and tree formations as a silhouette? Not to get too specific as to keep this video fit for general audience, but does it take much imagination to see how the trees have been trimmed further down this road to create a rather accurate depiction of the silhouette of a Philistine's claim to fame, as David might say? According to Ephesians 5:11, we are commissioned to expose the evil of this world and bring it to the light of day where it cannot flourish. I am telling you that tree trimmers, utility workers, planning and zoning professionals, and many more are using their craft to practice witchcraft and sorcery by hiding occult symbols in plain sight and targeting individuals of society with psychological and even physical torture with the use of electronic harassment, directed energy weapons, and advanced military-grade mind control called V2K, remote neural monitoring, and synthetic telepathy. If you are involved in organized stalking, realize that this is an eternal proposition. You have joined a cult, signed on the dotted line, and have sold your soul to the devil. It may be possible for you to turn back to God, but the common belief is that once you know the secrets of the cult and have participated in their occult rituals, it is usually a deadly proposition to leave. But with God, all things are possible.